crack? Are we going to get diamonds? You know, how's it going to look? It's very difficult to say.
Yeah, I mean, it's very interesting. Of course, we've, in the breaks, we speak to production, and they're just dying for this to go 3 maps with all overtimes. They'd love this to be as close as can be. Let's have as many games as possible. Yeah, so, I mean, we're all gunning for a close affair. We'd love to see some good Counter-Strike. And it looks like we are indeed getting into it. Map number 2. This is, of course, Falcons map pick. But Partizan don't look too shabby on this map, and they got CT start. And that KalubeR guy's pretty good, so I'd watch out for him.
Yeah, he is. He is. And, if we see him playing outside, depends on where they put him. But there are certain spots, maybe ramp as well, where you can just lock off parts of the map on Nuke. We'll see here. Smoking a flash out for Python. Where's he? So I'm interested. Are we going in for a... Oh, okay. So it is just cutting off Unbreakable. Not too bad then. It's actually going to be the windows on towards Locker. Nonetheless, it cuts off a key area to allow them to just go flying around. Collins, though. That spin around for the second is absolutely ridiculous. Emmy's going to hear all this coming down. They're already 2 men down. Emmy, a chance to maybe drop the bomb. He doesn't really fancy it. He just wants to stay alive, playing the percentage game. And I think that is Partizan to a T. Emmy back on the server, right? It's the way he likes to lead. Meanwhile, Falcons looking for a different avenue of attack.
Okay, Haji. I guess he's going to call them close vent. We go. Oh, no.
No. Oh, what is going on?
What's happening? What's going on?
Oh my god, what has just occurred? That is the maddest. He landed on his head, I think, but then his teammate got the kill. Oh my goodness. He just needs to, especially with a Glock. I think that's what it was. It was like he started moving and staying trained on his head is just so hard with the Glock, man. It's embarrassing, but he just needed to pick up the kill, and unfortunately they were in a spot where he needed more than one, and then I do not know what the end of that round was. I can't explain that to you folks.
Yeah, even if you had a Collins to hand, you wouldn't be able to find a word to explain that. That was ridiculous. What just happened?
Oh my god.
Oh.
Well, we might have a bit more chaos strewn in this one, that's for sure. That's the way Falcons like to play it anyway.
HUD's gone a little bit mad, as we've got a 6th player in CT spawn. Watch out for him, undefined. He's a great player. Collins is even better. Just the Glocks in play. And ROGA shows up for some juicy eco frags. Very nice. 5 alive. And they'll carry over these MP9s into the following. So a bit of a bonus round. Will they get aggressive? Will we see a lobby crunch? Will we see some outer aggression? What's the call? What's the decision, lads?
Well, for now, we have a tech break, unfortunately, so...
Whoa!
Okay, we're gonna find out what's going on, try and get some information for you guys. But hopefully, shouldn't be too long. But yeah, it's always a bit annoying when they come in this early on. It looks like with everyone starting to buy up a little bit. Apart from Python, so maybe Python's the one having the issues. A lot of chatting going away. I don't know why you can't get rid of that sound, right? You can hide the chat and everything, but you can't hide the tick noise that it makes.
That's the doomsday clock.
Right, okay.
Ticking closer to midnight, it must be.
Yep.
Yep. Interesting. Its ticking is almost rhythmic. What instrument? Can you play any instruments? Because I can't.
Well, we had a bit of a conversation. I used to play the saxophone a little bit. I could play the guitar a little. The guitar is what I'm working on at the moment.
Nice.
Yeah. Unfortunately, production have said it should be quick. Otherwise, I would have whacked out a C scale for you or something. But unfortunately, we don't have that much time, so I don't think it'd be worth for the cumbersome of going to get my guitar from the back of the room. But yeah, maybe one day, Alan. Maybe one day, if you're lucky, I'll
I used to be pretty sick at playing the recorder, you know.
Yo, fair.
I was lighting
a pretty
up
underrated one.
You know, primary school classroom.
Hell yeah.
Those are the days.
Green sleeves. Oh man, banger.
That was the best.
Which it always, of all the things for that guy to do, Henry VIII wrote one of the, like, simplest starter songs ever. After everything else, he's just got a song. Because why not? Interesting guy.
So, hilariously, I was on a date, actually, on Sunday, right? And then we just get talking about, like, academic whatever. So I've got a degree, and I was like, what degree do you have? And she's like, I've got 5 degrees. Like, okay, well, that's interesting. And she had 2 music degrees, and I think one of them was piano, and I don't remember what the other one was.
What is happening there?
There you go.
Got to be like either 200 IQ or, you know, you're on a date.
Do you know the funniest part?
45-year-old woman.
Do you know the funniest part? I was telling her I don't need to work tomorrow until like 3 p.m. and she was like, oh, how's that allowed? I have to go to work at 8 in the morning. Yeah, well, when we're finishing at midnight, you get your comeuppance.
Yeah, literally. Especially we got 2 days on the trot of maybe some longer ones here. That's what we're here for. We won the competition. You know, if they are going to keep us up, at least make it close and entertaining. The last one was pretty hot towards the end. So far, this one has yet to heat up. We've just had that tech. But it's all good. It's story time when the tech pauses come out, so always good. Oh, Kenny with a clean find. That is a good way for Falcons to open up the rifle.
Only Krakow stories that good, you know, on long tech pauses. I bank them up. They're ready to go. Hadji's on top of lobby. As Partizan have decided lobby crunching is how they're going to react to losing a number. And Hadji, find the frag. Very nice. KalubeR seems to... I mean, these guys have played a lot of Nuke if they know to clear angles like that. Getting a bit hectic here. As Falcons, I thought they'd go lower, honestly, after seeing the numbers. But they're actually going to come back to A, and it is the right call. It's just KalubeR on this side of the map, and now he's been pushed into hut. Yeah, I was going to say, even if he stays alive, there's no real helping, you know, real route into this afterplant, and these two lower. Lad, you got to save. You're not really taking this.
Yep. So, Falcons immediately on the board. Nuke looking good. And it's definitely what they needed. You know, the finish to the last map, it was intense, neck and neck. They pull it back, and then they just deflate into that overtime. Really not a single chance in any 4 of the rounds. It got played out, so disaster in the end. Duplicate trying to stay alive here, waiting for a flash to come. There's actually no flash on the way, hilariously. It will go down, as will ROGA. Kenny S on a 4K. Opening up pretty aggressively here, we'll see. Should be a buyback in from Partizan, but Falcons, as said, they are picking up that first round, keeping it close.
I actually can't remember what any of her other degrees were. This is really bad. I can't remember.
I mean, are you set up for another one? What's going on? I mean...
I don't know what's going on. It's always madness.
Okay. Well, yeah, of course.
Counter-Strike right now is...
Big city.
Yeah, Counter-Strike is the bay right now, so... Can't take the mind off it. I'm all in.
Okie dokie, that's fair enough.
At least until tomorrow when I'm not casting.
Then we'll revisit. Yeah.
Then we'll think about it.
Alrighty.
I hope she's watching.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? That'd be
she did actually know what Counter-Strike was.
That's
which is
big.
often...
Yeah. I'm always
so I'm sure a lot of the people watching probably don't actually work in esports or around teams, but that moment, particular date when they're like, "Oh, what's your job then?" You're like, "Have you got half an hour?"
Yeah.
This is gonna take some explaining.
The amount of times it's like you especially in the typing, it's like you say esports, no one knows what that is. They think that you just mean sports. Anyway, Duplicate charging in, will manage to find the head of MBK. Masuta shutting down Duplicate's date with Destiny. There you go. There's your crowbar joke, boys.
She wasn't called Destiny, but good guess.
Yep. Oh, God. All right. We've derailed the game, but it does make a lot of sense that Falcons work their way down in towards the lower bomb site. A big find coming in from Collins, so going to give them a chance into this. 19 HP for Kenny S. There's no kit available. They have to move fast. It's actually not planned for either of the T's right now, but KalubeR on the backside is pretty far away from the action. Collins is going to start the hold here. Needs the help from Emmy to come through. Which door? Which door? He hears him towards the left-hand side, and Emmy will strike through. Beautiful stuff. And Collins, yeah, it was needed. That 10 seconds Really, really down to the wire. Only about 4 of them to spare. Solid stuff from Partizan to get on the board, though.
Yeah. Right, back at it, of course, after winning that pistol. Falcons still have money. Pause comes in as, I guess, a little bit of a discussion as they see the gravity of this round. The point is here that Partizan have no loss bonus, and they're going to invest a lot of their cash. So, yeah, I'm not surprised to see a pause coming out. Do not erase. What? It looks like there's a start of another letter on the end.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it is an S, and then but that E doesn't look...
Do not erase.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Maybe it's...
I don't
These
know.
are the questions science can't answer.
I know, literally. And it is Valve as well. They're probably... That's an Easter egg in there if you look deep enough.
Erase. Because I feel like it might be this, but
This,
that's.
yeah.
I think that's too close to be another word.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe it's just meant to be a smudge. Maybe we're overthinking this.
Yeah, probably. At the end of the day, it says do not erase, and they've erased it. That's the big one, of course. That's the funny from Daddy Valve, the small appreciation that we get for Counter-Strike is the odd joke here or there. Outside executes coming in from Falcons. They're going to work around them pretty quickly, actually. It has been a very passive outside hold from Partizan. That is a good read.
Brakes applied. Collins is still in secret, so it's pretty obvious to Partizan right now that players could be wrapping out. So yeah, you can see it. Duplicate's come off ramp as well. They really want to fight this. Duplicate gets the first. Now ROGA can spring his trap. MBK dinks up, might find the kill, but that's information for the CD side. MBK's low. Duplicate taking on Python. Can't win the duel, but the trades at the moment are still favoring that CT side. And one of these T players has to do a lot of work to even this up. They're still pushing, actually. This is very aggressive. Python are behind Unbreakable, and that's the bomb. And yeah, now this becomes unassailable. Hadji needs to do something unbelievable with 30 seconds. Even if he can get good fights, I don't think he has time to pull this off.
Yep, he gets flanked out anyway. Emmy's got the read on him. Looking good. 4 rounds on for Partizan then. They were a bit shaky in the first rifle. But since then, it's been pretty solid stuff. A retake and a clean victory in the last round. Timeout going to be used by Falcons. They can feel the energy of this Partizan CT side picking up.
So whenever anybody asks what my job is, right? I always say broadcaster first. Or anywhere where I need to put it down in writing, I just say broadcaster. Because it's so much easier. And I am stunned by the amount of different things they think a broadcaster is. Or like the things they assume I am. Somebody thought I worked on the radio. Which is like, where'd that come from? There you go.
Maybe you got a good voice for it, you know? I usually have to do a little bit of I say like competitive video games. And they'll understand that. But then when I say Counter-Strike, you know, because the thing is as well, it's like there's a lot of people who are console gamers, but they game pretty casually. You know, do you play Warzone? Do you play RuneScape? It's like, you know, these massive titles that it's like, I mean, sometimes, but I don't commentate them really. Can't, and then you say like you can't really commentate Warzone, and it's like, yeah, but they run tournaments. It's like, yeah, but run one tournament in a blue moon against rivals, so you have to. It's really hard, that fine line between being patronizing and a bit savage. What's happened here? MBK.
This round is surely not on.
Surely not. Surely not. Oh my. Collins takes a second to find the kill onto MBK there. It's been made costly though, which is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I mean that was barely anything invested. That's why we were speaking so nonchalantly over the round, is because a couple kills should have been the maximum available to this terrorist side. Hadji could get another feasibly here. There's a lot of angles to cover off. Emmy is holding the walk up right now, but if he just peeks around for a millisecond at the wrong timing. And I think Hadji's about to walk into the line of fire. Shadow helps as well. Only 2 alive. I mean, it's not the best result in the world. It's rounds are rounds, and Partizan are looking fairly good, but they did slip up a little bit there.
Yeah, very true. It's going to cost them moving forwards. This one, even if it's a victory, has got to be pretty damn clean. So we'll see. Looks like it's going to be an A-burst coming in. They will act fast. Down goes MBK early on high. KalubeR's nearly in for 3. ROGA, though, has got him backed up from heaven. Wow. They were ready for an A-burst. Really well read from Partizan, and the setup is so solid.
It's a long save.
It certainly is.
It's a good thing I'm an endless pit of pointless stories. Because this is going to be about a minute and a half of nothing.
I don't know. I mean, have I got... The only... I've got 1 or 2 that I obviously don't want to tell on broadcast because the nature of it, but I do have a pretty good one. One of my first... This is going way back in the Rolodex. One of my first ventures out of the country for esports was like this UK Omen Open. You might have been familiar from some of your coaching days and stuff. And it was a little competition thing back when they used to run those. ECS ran one as well. And me and Yumi, who some of you out there might be familiar with, won it and got flown out to Santa Monica because it was cheaper to run this UK thing from Santa Monica because I think ECS
they had the studio
in Austin or something as well, so they would have had to like move everyone to the UK to do it properly, and then move everyone back, and then move everyone again. So it was just cheaper to fly me and Michael out. Anyway, we're at Chipotle, which is like Subway but for mince meat or what, for like burritos, because it's American and they do that kind of thing. And then we were just sort of sat there. In walks the worst looking Cloud9 team to go for their Chipotle in Santa Monica. But when it was like Flusher and people like that, Hio, I think, was on the team. I don't know if you remember that disastrous Cloud9 that they tried to rebuild after winning the major. But yeah, it was them. And,
I've got a good one on this front, actually. We were in, after DreamHack, ESL Challenger Rotterdam in 2022, we went to an Argentinian tapas restaurant in the middle of Stockholm, right? And we sat there, it's all the talent and all of the production team. We just sat there. And then there like some guys sat behind me wearing eyeballers jerseys. So I was like, and there was one guy who was bold, wearing an ESL hoodie, and I'll talk over this round because this is a good enough story to warrant it. I was sat there, and he was in the eyeballers jersey. Speaking to the other guys, I was like, hey, there's someone there wearing an eyeballers jersey. These must be some CS fans, right? So we're sitting there for a bit longer, and I'm feeling like, I think I really recognize one of them. And I was like, is that... Do you remember Zvedhead, who played with eyeballers? I don't know if he's still with them. And I was like, is that Zvedhead? And then it turned out the bold guy sat behind me, who I didn't recognize the whole time, was Flusher. And then next to him was JW.
Oh, no.
In this random restaurant in the middle of Stockholm. And it turned out they'd been playing some local Swedish LAN the same night.
Yeah. I remember.
They just got absolutely bodied in the final by Nips, and that's where they were out eating their sorrows away.
Oh my god, that's so funny. That is so funny. I totally forgot Flusher's gone bald recently.
But it was just the moment when it was like,
oh god.
I really didn't know it was Flusher for about 10 minutes.
I love that. Amazing.
So I'm very sorry
that's funny that they link
guys.
As well. Yeah, they kind of.
Hopefully that was good enough.
I think that was good enough. It was executed well. The raconteurship of Alan is strong. Yeah.
Oh, we'll wait for the next tech pauses and I'll think of something else.
Okie dokie. I don't know. But yes, indeed. It did go the way I caught the round and everything that was happening while you were explaining what's going on here on the ladder. Collins ready for the rush down. Almost too ready. They are reading into Falcons like a book right now.
Like a dictionary.
Like a dictionary. Bada bing. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm actually off the rails.
Python going to find the head of KalubeR. That pretty much is going to be all she wrote for this one. The play-by-play of this has already been mad enough, but maybe Python can add a bit more to it. Come on, guy. Get in there. The bomb's at the bottom of the vent as well, just to salt in the wound this one. Goodness. Yep. It was the right idea, I think. A vent dive, a bit of pace change is needed, but Partizan are rolling over them recently. This has really turned ugly. I don't know, is he just going to grab the M4 and save? No, I don't think so. He's already found two. I feel like now that there's only 25 seconds, yeah, there's no way that he can really clear the angles in the way he wants. Anyway, 8-1. Partizan really are rolling them. This is surprising. It was a bit close in the early rounds, but this has become a very one-sided affair.
Starting to look...
Yeah.
I don't know what you do here for your Falcons. I mean, they've ran that fast A round and they've got absolutely ruined. Their slow default seems to be getting picked apart. I mean, Collins is absolutely unkillable right now, and he's patrolling that outer area. Where's left? You try and force ramp out? You're running out of options.
Yeah, they are struggling. Great flash. MBK and Masuda, they're both going to be behind the smoke, so they're not spotted. They might think that it's safe from Mini. It's not. Emmy goes down there for an event. KalubeR going to go flying in. Collins does get one, but not going to happen. The massive attempt coming in and just a contact A play is what gets Falcons back into the runnings here.
Okay. Well, they've got to build upon that. CT money is okay for now. This buy is going to be in, but after that, there's going to be a lot in reserve. Falcons, the T side hasn't been awe-inspiring. They have kept rounds reasonably close of late, but in terms of actually securing round wins, they've been few and far between. Outer smoke's already landing. 4 smokes down. Vendive smoke as well. Wow, they've used all 5 smokes in 10 seconds. They have to make this work. Whatever the call is has to work. There's no B plan anymore. They do make it down. All 5 down secret. And fortunately enough for them, I was going to say there's only 1 down, but actually Collins has gone down to join his teammates. So, reasonably bolstered is this CT defense on B. And as I kind of was pointing out, with a lack of utility now, Falcons don't have a lot of options. It's hard to turn around.
Yeah, NBK as well is very, very low. So that makes all the difference. What a great flash coming in, though. Duplicate cannot stand strong. That flash from Kenny is golden. Wow. They might just move to save, to be honest with you. They do not have the money in the bank on the side of Partizan. Just hand it over. Take what you have into the next round.
Okay, well, the script is starting to flip a little bit here. Maybe some life left in the old dog yet. As Falcons start to spool up. Well, they've left us a lot of work to do, honestly. Ah, here we go. I had a feeling. Partizan is a football club. In Belgrade.
Ah, okay.
So that's where they come from. That's where this... Because the logo to me didn't look very esports. It's a bit intricate, and that's why. That's the Partizan. Well, maybe they changed the inner bit a little bit, but that is their football logo.
Well, Falcons stringing them together, but as you said, they've got a lot of work to do, and with the save, I see a buy around this. Ooh, KalubeR went in. Going to use a timeout to talk it over, I suppose. But yeah, KalubeR might have gone in a little bit early. It feels like. MP9 down for Duplicate. The rest of the team going to follow suit in just a second here. So a relatively shaky buy, but if there's any map that suits shaky buys, it's definitely Nuke.
All right, here we go. Falcons have had a good spree of rounds, but they've got to make good on this. Got to keep going. Map down already. This is their map pick for your information at home. Falcons put so much work in to try and win Mirage, but overtime was a step too far. Here we go. Let's see if they run a slower round. I mean, the last few have been so committed early on. Smokes a landing. ROGA takes a fight. Can't connect. Free aggressively on Ada from the CD side. I think the intentions are clear here. They want to fight for this. KennyS's scoping noise is obviously going to be heard by Emmy. KalubeR takes a fight. Swiftly traded, and I can't believe Emmy hasn't managed to find a fight yet. Bullets are peppering the crate around us, and maybe MBK spotted a player, but at the moment it's all square. Another vent dive smoke. This is all action. Neither team are relenting. They're dropping all their nades early here.
Very early indeed. I mean, it's a really, really important round, I feel like, for the life of this second half. Falcons lose this one, and 9 already on the CT side. That would be a hell of a thing. In they go towards A. The outside presence is strong. KennyS on the AWP. Pretty deadly. Collins moves in through Hut, so they've got control, but it's very weird control. Masuta, oh, looks away, looks back, though. Solid shot coming in from Masuta. KennyS has got the line on towards Emmy as well. And now Duplicate has recovered the AWP, but he's not going to have a chance here, is he? Falcons move up to 4.
Ooh. Give that one up. Wheels have come off this for Partizan. Really struggled to get any traction in the last few rounds. They're throwing different looks, trying to get aggressive on out, and it just isn't working. What's the next move? It's got to be an eco, I guess, to follow now. So Falcons are on a pretty clean route to 5 rounds, and given how badly this was looking a few minutes ago, could be tricky. I'm enjoying the roller coaster cams from the observers.
Got some good opportunities for it on Nuke.
It's been so long since I've been on the roller coaster, you know. Can't even remember the last time.
Yeah, I think it's been a while for me as well. Definitely pre-COVID. 4, 5 maybe years. I think a group of us went during uni. But
well, we were meant to go to Fort Park like 2 months ago, but we were too hungover, so we gave up.
Oh, man.
That is actually true, by the way.
Yep. That's so funny. Fort Park's the one with all the water stuff, isn't it? This is UK talk now, so, you know, we're maybe being a super niche. I've only ever done Alton Towers, so.
I can't remember what the big one is. There's the big one, the big boat that goes down. I can't remember what it's called. Tidal Wave, that's it.
Yeah.
ROGA, okay. Big entry, actually. This is just an eco around it, so drops a gun that shouldn't be able to be recovered, but Falcons are not in position to do anything. They're still in their lobby default. They're put on notice now. If you slip up here as Falcons, that is catastrophic.
MBK making a lot of noise. Collins is going to hear him. Duplicate with the off angle. They've got to be careful with how they clear this one. They will get him. Solidly found by Hadji. Away, though. NBK here's a step maybe at the last second there. Not quite sure. Molly comes in. Forces ROGA off. Probably going to look to hold into the next round then, because they've got that B control that they were after for quite some time here. There goes the bomb. Any more for any more? Collins. Oh, gets good timing. Can't find the gap, though. MBK will survive him, and once again, looking good here on the Falcon side. A bare minimum of 5 then going to be hit, which is absolutely what they need for their T side, and there's good potential to close the gap even more after a disastrous start. Yeah,
they're keeping numbers alive. I'm kind of a little bit dejected for Partizan. They couldn't get more out of this round after such a clean entry. Fight a second. Make it free. He is crisp, this boy. As crisp as... really crispy.
Look.
It's not actually that crispy. The edge of it might be. I think crackling crackling's very crispy. Crackling's more like granite, actually.
Yeah.
It's crispy. I'm not saying crisps. That's just cheating.
Lettuce.
Lettuce.
It kind of is. Oh, I just said the first thing that popped into my head, I suppose. Oh. Sheets, crisp sheets, mate. When you've got some, you know, clean bed sheets, they're very crisp, you know. Anyway.
There you go.
Oh, spamming away. He's nearly lost his life. He's after a few headies, but they've not really come his way. Now the rest of the team are going to make their way over. This is deadly ramp control now.
Yeah, Falcons gaining ground as quickly as the viewers are gaining vital information to use in their daily lives. Just sitting here in ramp and they're not really committing either direction yet. What's the call, lads? Nade's now onto hell. Feels like they're going to go down low, and Duplicate's completely committed on the catwalk here. I mean, this is a one and done spot. A1S maybe is a good one to maybe get two before they quite realise where he's coming from, but he's in a world of trouble. Nobody's even nearby. They're going right over his head.
Surely no one
my
expected
god.
that. Oh, the suitors
no.
found him. Oh my goodness, they are looking dejected, so very lost. Collins just opens the double doors, doesn't even know what's going on. Where's the methodical style that we saw on that first map? It really has gone by the wayside here.
Oh my lord. What's happened? They're just getting pushed around and they can't rotate in time. I mean, Duplicate would need to have the round of his life there to hold onto that bomb site on his own. I don't know, they're just not being proactive. The early rounds were so good for just staying on the move and making it really hard for Falcons to get into a good late round position, but that's not been the story as of late. Emmy trying to save here, and every gun save through is massive because it ensures a buy in the following. Emmy's not going to make it, and, well, I think KalubeR actually, yeah, I was going to say he really shouldn't be fighting because that's the difference between a buy and a save now, and I think it might be a very tricky decision. Oh, it's last round. It's last round. So it makes the difference between a good buy and what we're about to see.
One M4 drop, the rest will have to kind of scramble. Emmy can survive with an M4 as well. I'd like to see Collins on an M4. He's having a pretty good game. Maybe a little bit nitpicky. It's actually going to be a FAMAS fest here out on that CT side.
Whoa.
That one was spooky.
I'm feeling nauseous.
Yeah, don't watch that in VR.
Crikey. Okay, wow. That's a statement. He had such a good first map, didn't he, KalubeR? But here and now, here on Nuke, struggling to find a play. Collins comes through the smoke, might drop the bomb, but his teammates are dropping even faster than that. 2v4 now in Falcons. Although they've mounted a miraculous recovery, they're well on their way to 7.
ROGA on the AWP. I'm not ready for the right side of the silo to come at him. Duplicate therefore left against 4. Not a single hope in this one. 8-7. What a recovery, you've got to say. 6 rounds on the trot there for Falcons. Bring it into a very respectable T side. So looking really good for their map pick now. We'll see what Partizan have got on their own T side after the break.
There's no need to go begin. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, 'cause way it's gonna work out. Hard work and dedication, no time for procrastination. Takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of heart mixed with motivation. On the days that you're feeling down, look in the mirror for your inspiration. Like, woo, just notice, never stop, never quit. People wanna see you doing good, but never better than them. Gotta push yourself to the limits. You cannot lose if you are not in it. You gotta lose sometimes just to win it. Don't get discouraged, it's just the beginning. Yeah, turn up. Don't end up a Timmy Turner. Don't get caught up in the streets. Don't get caught up with a burner. Don't be a slow learner. Oh no, you only get one shot, one chance. Talking March Madness at the big dance. Talking big man on campus. Like
no guts, no glory. Not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy. It's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory. There's no need to go again. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming is to win. No guts, no glory. Not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy.
Welcome back in half two, getting underway in just a few moments' time as we take a look down Partizan. You know, they really did start off solidly. Unfortunately, it didn't last. Falcons on their own map pick, proving why it is. 6 rounds on the trot, as I said at the turn of the half. So, now we have to see what Partizan's T-side is made of. Still in the pause here, but hopefully back into the action soon.
Hopefully. Pretty momentous recovery, honestly. That looked done and dusted. At 8-1, I was thinking there's no route back into this. We're already playing for survival, but they made it into a stellar half. 7 rounds is well beyond. Nuke these days is a 9-6, 10-5er, so 7 is a really great result. Sets out brilliantly going into the second half. As we wait for this to get unpaused. Hopefully not too long. So I've been doing some digging in the halftime. Yep. I've been doing some digging. I had a feeling the word ROGA might actually mean something. So I put it into Google Translate. And it auto-detected the language and said, is this Shona language? Which turns out I've never heard of it, but it's a language used in Zimbabwe.
Right.
And it's like, in this language, ROGA means alone, which is a fair enough gamer tag. But then I went onto the bar and I changed it to Croatian. And it turns out ROGA means horns, as in like animal horns. But it also means like trumpet horns. They use the same word. So, brilliant. There you go.
I like to think he, might have a little toot on the trumpet when they win a round.
Gonna crack yours out, are you?
It's so funny you say. We do actually have like a bugle thing somewhere downstairs. There's no way I'd be able to find it in time. It'd take me most of the evening. It's somewhere in one of the closets down there, full of. We've got a few musical instruments in the family, but
my parents get those medieval horns they used to do for like announcements.
Yeah. There's
goes like do do do. Partizan wins the round.
I can imagine it. I can imagine it that he wins a big clutch round and he's just right there off to the side. You could definitely have one next to your desk for ease of access. I don't know. It seems like we've got a little bit of the connectivity issues here. We might need to get these locked into this one.
We could also announce the players like they used to announce like knights for jousting contests, where the horn comes on and goes do 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 do. Duplicate from Sunny Beach, Bulgaria, or something.
That would be good.
Sir, duplicate of Sunny Beach.
We've got so many ideas for when Summit returns. Oh my goodness. Yeah, or that could easily be a talent announcement. That could easily be like a talent announcement video. Is just old timey knights or something like that.
Yeah, we show up in like armor.
Yeah, that would be so good. There you go. Hopefully, you know, no one's
Hopefully the
watching,
big wigs are
otherwise
listening.
That's going to get yoinked. Nah, it's
I
going to get
know,
yoinked if they are.
Yeah, I mean, they're paying their, you know, copyright if they use these ideas. That's for sure.
Yeah,
well, we
IP
do
theft.
hope we're not paused for too much longer, guys. We're doing our best to enlighten you about the world. Loads of different ideas. What we aim to do here. You want a good one? I was in the British Museum the other day, right?
Yep.
And they have, among our other... Actually, I've got 2 stories. How long have we got? I'll tell the one I was going to say first. The one I was going to say is they have... One of the rooms is for, like, let's say, miscellaneous stuff that they don't know where else to put it. And I think it's actually called the Room of the Dead or something weird, but it really is just, like, miscellaneous stuff. And obviously, most things come from burial grounds if they're really old, so it kind of works. Anyway, there was one thing about in Mexico, modern-day Mexico... I think this actually predates Aztec culture, but people used to pilgrimage from the south to the north of Mexico into the mountains area to find this specific cactus. And the reason they go to find this cactus is because it's a mega strong hallucinogenic. So they go there, trip off their nut, and then have prophetic visions about the future. And I think it said they do this every year.
You reckon there's still people that do it, or is it?
I don't know. I'm sure there's.
It's got to be.
I'm sure if you got a gap year, maybe it might be one of the big excursions. The other one I was going to tell was there was a BBC News story, right, about I think it was is it called a culture secretary? It must be a culture secretary. One of the ones that you know deals with these sort of things, and there was a lot of talk about handing, you know, artifacts back to a country. I think the specific example was the Parthenon stuff in Greece, and then people were saying, okay, you should give some of that back to Greece. It's their heritage, it's their culture, or whatever. And then our minister for culture, like for people that aren't in the UK, like the lead person that represents all of these entities, especially these ones are like government funded and stuff, said in an interview, we can't give this back because it would set a bad precedent and everybody would want everything of theirs back. They literally said this. They actually admit that none of it is ours.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty savage, the British Museum, to be fair. When you go in it through it, it's interesting to see the history, but then it's also like, maybe they should be in a museum in a different
I'm going to
place.
try and find this quote because it's actually...
Is that like the whole... So we've got Anubis now, right? And Tutankhamun...
Oh, did you see my joke about Anubis?
I did
that
not.
It's set in the British Museum.
Yeah, literally. Because if you think about, we learn about that's a pretty big one because some guy discovered, you know, the King Tutankhamun's like crypt or whatever, and I think also got malaria. I might be adding that one in, but I swear he was like one of the first like English cases of malaria. Anyway, they did literally, if you look back on this story, they did literally just go in. They were like, yo, this is really cool. And then they just took everything. And they've gone, look what we found. I wonder why it was there. It's thousands of years old. You know, and there's so many stories like that. Of, you know,
all right, I've got the quote. The quote is even better. I mean, I undersold it. I should have looked it up first. So what happened was there's a story that George Osborne, he doesn't really matter who he is. He's the museum's chairman, was close to agreeing a deal with Greece to hand some stuff back. And then our culture secretary called Michelle Donnellan went on BBC Radio 4 and said, no, that was not his intention. She said sending the sculptures to Greece would open a can of worms and would be a dangerous road to go down. It would open the gateway to the question of the entire contents of our museums.
Well, there you go. If that doesn't sum it up, I don't know what does. Masuta down on the bottom side. We're finally into the action here. KalubeR going to trade him out nice and quick. Bomb plant could be attempted momentarily. They're actually going to open up onto the double doors and try and overwhelm Python on the duel he's needed dealing with quickly, and he was. 2v1 for Hadji. The bomb dropped in all this carnage, and unfortunately is nowhere near the bomb site, so Hadji's got that going for him. But other than that, he needs to find the heads. Where's this second player at? Taking his time down ramp. That's what he's... down single door. That's what he's doing. And he will indeed move through. Hadji cannot find the head, and Collins is the one to find the final frag. But, my goodness gracious, another chaotic pistol.
Okay, I found it. The Hyuko people make a pilgrimage on foot, and they're looking for the peyote plant, which is the famous stuff. There you go. In case you wanted to do it yourself. Probably not recommended, to be honest. I mean, it's probably pretty spiky as well, that cactus.
I would imagine so, yeah. Keep you, That's always like, who's the first guy eating the cactus? Or whatever.
Well, how many of the wrong cactuses did they eat and bleed to death internally before someone found this crazy
This one was worth it, yeah. I don't know.
What's Jerry doing over there? He's losing it.
Oh, man. All right.
Jerry is a well-known, Aztec name.
Yeah, of course.
That's why he's called Jerry in CS.
Yeah. I don't know. Yo, we've not got to cast Force. That's a bit of a shame. I was kind of excited for the new look Force. I'm liking the new look Falcons, though, to be fair. They are, again, just sort of winding through the motions in this one, Alan. Because,
yeah, I mean, they've done
Hadji's gone down and everyone's downstairs.
What is up with this round? Because they've done an old-style half save. Which is
not very French at all.
It doesn't make any sense. Because because with the modern day money, you've still got full cash. What's the idea here? Pick up 2 guns and force in the following? It doesn't... I don't... Maybe they've been eating some cactuses. I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure, but at the very least, they have a nice middle ground in the next round. They might even
it makes sense for Kenny, but the other guys...
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but okay. It's not just us that are derailing it, by the way, guys. What was that? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it just absolutely... I'm not sure. I think it does kind of check out in a way because, something down the middle. We saw it earlier as well in some of the rounds where... no, I think it only happened like once or twice in the previous series. So this down the middle thing's being experimented with, I guess. I don't know. Especially on Nuke, though. Force buys are so strong. A few more 5.7s in the mix, and, your A-bomb site is pretty scary.
Onwards we go. Of course, got all those saves from the last round, so it's pretty similar. Similar stuff. Collins clearing out with Emmy. There's a gap in that smoke. Actually, they've only got 1 down. Here comes the second. MBK spams the cross. Can't connect. Then he makes a little bit of noise, I guess. Actually, okay, I thought he was going to slip into the smoke there. That could have been scary, but Collins is ready and waiting. And, yeah, this looks really good for Partizan because Emmy's going to take contact soon enough with these players lower, I guess. And if he sees more than one, it'd be the easiest call in the world. Just accelerate this bomb onto A.
Ooh, bit of a difficult fight. He's only seen the one so far. There you go. The bomb not going to be secured towards the A-bomb site, in fact.
He'll know it's 2 if he heard the running.
That's true.
Yep, I think they're going for it. Miss shot from NBK. That's really unfortunate. And you just save the armor? This is so easy for the T side now. Bomber's going to get planted soon. They can have all the afterplants. Collins does actually die. NBK gets another. Okay. Maybe it's on. This should have been impossible, but a crack is opening. Falcons, if they can pull off this round, it'd be a massive upset.
Didn't quite realize how good they had it, I feel, is what's going on here. Masuta going to go for a position change up towards Heaven. They're just going to try and really brute force through this Heaven area. 3 players, Kenny with the pop flash as well. KalubeR got to be very careful there. 4 not to go down. It's coming. Contact, flash. He finds 1, nearly a second, in fact. Oh, and it's just a bloodbath. The flash actually ends up blinding a couple of the CT players. Not sure how badly, but it did not go as planned, that is for sure. Kenny's going to try and keep the AK if he can. But Emmy's on him. Oh, Emmy's got the wrong read of the area. Yep, he goes straight past him, and Kenny will be able to save the AK. Comical at the tail end of this round, but it's looking good. Partizan move up to 11, and now we get our first point. Right.
Pretty biblical damage, though, still, so it's nothing to scoff about. This is still a very close game. Don't be deceived by the scoreline. Side bias plays a big factor. And the Falcons need to hit the ground running. This is their map pick. They played Sinners on it, didn't they? Early in the tournament, I believe. Looked fairly good over there. But this is a tall order now to bring this back. A lot of wiggle room. MBK, of course, is the outer player. He's not had he's had a really poor game, actually, so far. And he's playing the most important positions. Collins is already up close. And MBK doesn't seem to know.
Yeah. They pulled off the run boost while all the noise of the nades was happening. So, I don't know how close. Perhaps should have been caught. Not quite sure what the game plan is. Maybe a late one onto A here. Yep, I would assume so. Nades coming over the top for Partizan. But no one really to follow up on it. They might try and get Collins down secret and see what he can do. For the time being with 110, it looks more like an A hit. And NBK is going to get lucky. Finds Collins through the smoke.
Kenny posted. No chance. No chance. And this has already become damage limitation. If they get a bomb plant, that'd be a miracle. ROGA punished for trying to get the gun off the ground. It's a long save, but I actually think it's the right call right now. I don't think you're going to get a lot more out of this round.
Yeah, they should be able to save as well, but you can see KalubeR's the one with the money, right, to drop across. So it would be the move. Just wait and see if anything comes their way and take some names, but I don't think that's going to happen. Falcons do not want to let this one slip away. Backs against the wall. They're down by 4. Even just this one round is not enough for us to start believing that they can get back in. There we are, over the line. It is that anticlimactic finish, unfortunately. But yeah, Partizan got to battle their way back in pretty quickly because Falcons are hot on their heels.
Yeah. Force comes out from Partizan. He's got to figure out this buy. Should still be okay. KalubeR can drop one. He could even AWP ROGA. They choose to go in that direction. Big calls to come. These are very pivotal rounds. Emmy's going to take a Mac 10. Interesting. They didn't need to do that. He could have had an AK. Maybe he's got a plan in mind. He's only got 1 HE right now. I wonder if he's going to try and... I mean, he's got the worst spawn. I think he's going to try and vent dive for a second, but he's got the worst spawn. What's Emmy thinking? Still hasn't brought up full nades. Whoa. There's got to be a set round in mind. There's no other reason for this sort of buy. And I think Emmy's going to be the point man on the Mac 10. Maybe he's going to fly over main or something, but he's going towards lobby at the moment, so all eyes on Emmy. He's got to have an idea in mind.
Mac 10 to lead the charge. And is that going to be the move? Just a charge in for the Mac 10? Looks like it. Molotov's coming through, and they will fly. Haji's not gone down, but it was just the trade angle was what they were after, and Collins has got both of them. 4v3, the burst on towards A. Not even with flashes. Completely dry initially. Then MBK up through the vent. He's got other ideas. 2v1, 10 HP Kenny. That's a bit unfortunate. MBK tries to be the hero, but unfortunately, like I say, it's not enough in the end here. Kenny with 10 HP.
Yeah.
Got money, but I think he should save, to be honest.
Yeah.
Futile and all that kind of stuff.
I guess you can poke and prod a little bit, but even if you get 1... Number 2 is not going to offer themselves up easily. Partizan are going to make it up to 12. And Kenny, yeah. Needs to think about the long game. Backs his way out. Partizan close to 12. After a little resurgence from the CT side. And Kenny might be backing straight into KalubeR if he's not careful. He goes any further back in this garage. Oh, no. Well, it's not the end of the world. Masuda has quite a lot of money, but... the ramifications of that could be felt down the line if they're right on the borderline of a buy and they have to give it up in terms of an eco instead.
Time will be a telling here, but not easy. Not easy by any mean. Team Falcons looking down and out here. They pick up the 1 round. They immediately get reset. Partizan's timeout is perfect. Play the round. Very, very simple. Nothing too advanced to it, but it works very well. Nice find from MBK outside. He's looking good now. He's got an A1S in his hands.
Ooh. Feels like MBK's dancing with the devil, seeking out more fights on his HP. Bit of a show-off with his major winning. M4 there. That's from the grand final of Cluj-Napoca, I believe. It's either that or DreamHack Winter, but I think it's Cluj. I'll get confirmation on that. As we go along, Kenny's on the angle. It's hard to... Oh, my lord. Oh, that was really bizarre. Because it feels like they've got Ven covered off, so okay. They got away with that. That could have been really bad.
Timing working for Kenny just about. It looked like, you know, half a second earlier it would have been against him. This one's been clinic, to be honest. Very easy for Falcons to win out the fights. Kenny S going to get chased down, but it's only by the one player. Duplicate, meanwhile, contacting A. It's just too many targets, mate. Nothing covered off, nothing confirmed. No molly gone here or smoke gone there. And it will be number 9 for Falcons pretty quickly.
So I think Kenny's rocking the DreamHack Winter. That wouldn't make any sense. He didn't play on that team. What's going on? Maybe they're both Cluj.
I think they are. I think it's a drop across from MBK, to be fair.
No. It's different. It had a Fnatic sticker on it. MBK's is a Na'Vi sticker, and they picked up AK, so... we'll never know.
We don't know.
We'll never know. This one is Atlanta. Vitality sticker.
Not bad craft.
The...
Yeah, Cluj's got to be up there for me as the best major, I reckon. It's the first one that I watched. So.
Cluj? Nah. Didn't get the right teams to the playoffs, unfortunately, I think.
Yeah.
Low-key, I think the best one ever was Cologne 2015. Because...
yes, yeah.
Because it was... yeah, Cologne 15. Because it had, you had
the
TSM, Virtus Pro, Fnatic, and it would have been Envy by that point. Top 4 teams in the world, and all 4 of them could have won it. It's not like recent majors, where it feels like... I mean, as much as Rio was outsiders winning it, you really did still think it was between Na'Vi, FaZe, and maybe at a stretch Cloud9. Ooh, big kill. But yeah, back in the day, that Cologne was very fortunate in terms of who made it to the semis and how the final played out and all that.
Back in the day when we had 3 majors. Leadeneck. Suter. Working his way forwards here. Oh, ready for him. Doesn't win the fight, though. Ridiculous stuff.
Can't believe he lost that.
Somehow Masuda's going to survive, yeah.
It's so awkward for Masuda because he's kind of looking through the garage doorway. He's not really looking in that cubby on the right. Oh, no.
Surely ROGA can still finish this, though, right? Wow, Masuda survives again. Unbelievable stuff. Round definitely goes the way of Falcons as we would expect, but they are a little unlucky and probably a little bit annoyed with themselves. On the Partizan side, they couldn't do any more damage.
Might seem a little bit insignificant given that it was, you know, still an eco, but keeping Falcons money low is game-changing. Any ecos at this point in the game are just devastating. It just leads Partizan so close to winning this map. Ooh, we're going down to the wire. Round 23, Partizan. Not a perfect buy. ROGA doesn't have nades. And what's the call? This play's accelerating towards ramp. Are they really going to go through? I think they got... Oh my god, they're actually going for it. They're trying to boost and ROGA doesn't get a good duel. Emmy's going to surely... I thought he's going to commit there and die, but actually he does it right. Gets one, get back. Retrieve yourself and just play out the 4-on-4. They still have free smokes, so doing a set of out-of-cross smokes is still very much an option for this T side. Tension's palpable now.
Great angle, big frag. Able to drop away as well. NES is moving through to try and contact. They are now ready for him. Good job from Emmy to keep on that angle. Python, meanwhile, pushed in towards lobby. As close as he can without revealing himself. 55 seconds left on the clock. And despite the man advantage, Partizan are somewhat trapped in here. Kenny's been pushed back. Smoked it off. 2 players going contact through said smoke, and Kenny is just committing all the way down. He's going to make a lot of noise doing that. They're opting to follow. They are indeed opting to follow. 30 seconds. The bomb making its way over now as well. Very quiet, very calm, very collected here from Partizan squad, a big round, and they know it. Do not want to let this one slip. Oh, and through the window that's already broken. Clearing all the angles as best they possibly can. They might even catch Kenny. They might even get him. Emmy might. He's on the way. Breaking through the vent. And Kenny's going to give himself away at the single door. He's scoped. He's been heard. Oh, the tag lands. Don't face. Emmy's on to this if he wants to be. He's actually just holding the vent right now. Kenny, the fact that he doesn't find that kill is killer. Emmy kind of fluffs it up a little bit as they drop down. This might give them a chance back into things. KalubeR's only 15 HP. Jupiter could be holding the close angle. The flash comes in, but they finish him. Surely not. It looked so damn good. It's all going to be onto Collins. Good for one. Molly onto the bomb. He gets it and he survives. Oh, that's going to make all the difference. It's not quite made it. The smoke on top of Collins. The double spray down out of nowhere. Oh my goodness, how's he pulled that out of thin air?
Oh my lord. Oh, their buy is dreadful as well despite winning the round. That's really bizarre from Falcons, honestly. So Emmy gets caught off guard. The reason Emmy gets caught off guard is because Kenny for so long was the only player actually going for that retake. He was poking and prodding from Decon looking for a fight. And then those players come down the vent and Emmy, I mean, it's understandable. Kenny's rattling off shots from Decon. Why on earth would someone still be, with the two players still coming down the vent that late? I don't necessarily blame him. Wow. Oh my god. Big moment. Big moment. Both teams have no money. And the loss bonus for either side is dreadful. So much of this game for Falcons rides on this round. They can't make any more mistakes. This might be the last blow.
They will be kicking themselves. Absolutely. Locked outside, maybe like we are a little bit at the moment on the old observer cam. Look in the conference spot, the Pro League spot, all on the line here. Python and NDK will chime in for 2. Emmy trades out 1, but so far so good for Falcons.
And he gets a lot of space. I'm not sure Kenny will be aware that he's crossed all the way to garage. He's actually having a little bit of a peek. Okay, good. This is a real matter of timing. There's not a lot of... I mean, they'd love these lobby players to pull attention so Emmy can play, but they haven't really got the utility or the numbers, frankly, to do a really, aggressive prong out of here. I think they're just going to walk out of Squeaky and try and find something. How are you still checking out her? They're going to find the kill. Oh, no. Can't connect, but the information is still pretty damn valuable. And given the Haji's working his way around, big kill. And now these players in have to commit. 1 frag found. Kenny drops. Commits himself to the fight. Jupiter isn't looking. Bomb's getting planted by ROGA. And he has no idea. Kenny connects. Haji peeks. Jupiter left alone. 8 HP to his name. This is impossible. And indeed, round win for the CT side. Kenny pulls it off. Team ace from Falcons. And Partizan's loss bonus was in the doldrums. There's not going to be a buy in this following. Ooh, this is ever so close now.
Probably an eco, isn't it? Maybe a deagle or 2 in play, but probably an eco out of this one. A timeout that they still have remaining on the Partizan side as well. Do they want to use it ahead of the next rifle buy? Perhaps. Time will indeed tell on that one. Team Falcons, though, that was, yeah, the all-important round. And what a great way to get it with the team ace. Fantastic stuff from them. It's actually a hard eco here. Duplicate with a bit of money in the bank goes for a P250, but everybody else... there was a deagle in there, sorry, for ROGA at the last second. It's a hard eco, for sure.
Any frags here are massive. Economy is becoming the entire state of the game. In these latter stages. MBK's got a lot of... he loves his souvenir guns. This is from the Boston Major final, this one. ROGA takes a bullet.
Oh, and a nade.
Wow, that was an absolute howitzer.
Yep. Very, very solid stuff from Kenny. Knew he got the tag. Looking pretty good here, 16 to 10. And he'll keep it up. The eco frags coming in thick and fast. They will mow them all down, not a single opportunity. So 13-12, another game that's going to go all the way down to the wire between these two teams. Which way does it swing? Partizan. Oh, their lead hangs by a thread.
So important. The Falcons just had a clean round. A lot of cash in the bank now. And some big calls to be made by Partizan. Emmy's got to summon all his experience. This might be Falcons' map pick. But if you let this slip away, you had a good lead at several points actually in this new game. If you let this slip away, it's going to be heartbreaking and you're opening the route to chance. NBK is a menace. What was that? That's illegal. That shouldn't be allowed.
Late outside execute coming in here from Partizan. Maybe try and get a player down. Not really watching him. Masuta's on it. Way above the smoke. Spam coming in. Not going to find anything. It's actually MBK who's down below. He's repositioned to secret pretty effectively there. Doesn't want to give it away. He's just going to back off. Either way.
I think Collins has pulled this off, by the way. He sat in the smokes. And he's got into garage, and I don't think they've got a clue. Oh my lord, if he gets into heaven, this round is flipped on his head. You can see them all waiting in lobby. They're not moving an inch until Collins activates. I think they need to do a little bit of pressure. The Falcons know that a wrap is possible. There's nobody looking. So, who's holding it? I think Masu is holding it from Mustang. Yes, he is. This duel is everything. And he can't get it. That is game-changing. It might be falling apart here as Masua gets another.
Wow.
Christ.
Pretty much another team ace coming in from Falcons. You were right, though. A little bit of added pressure. And it felt like they waited too long. They got him in the spot. He needs to be activated before the attack, but he's 24 kills. He's probably saying, wait for me, guys. Wait for me. I'm having a game. And then the big bad as he fluffs his lines.
That was a series-defining duel, that was. I really think they win the round if Collins gets that kill. And now it's another pretty low eco. Falcons banking up cash, banking up rounds. Getting more and more comfortable. Masu has no qualms, just giving space here and falling back to control. He's got his teammate, NBK, over towards Deacon. NBK actually does swing wide. Maybe he should wait for his teammate to take the fights, but, yeah. NBK's feeling it. I think he should have fought there with Masuta rather than, being a one-man army.
That's fine from Emmy. Just going to be Collins then on the back look. There's actually a couple of kills come in. If Collins, gets some timing, he's going to maybe find one. Hadji checks it, though. Maybe heard him on the ladder. Not quite sure. Either way, 14 coming in for Falcons. Will require the full thing here, but Partizan have checked out quite readily in these past few. They were looking good. 12-7 lead, by the way.
Falcons game to lose from here. Got so much money in the bank. Partizan are going to significantly struggle to make this overtime. Let alone win the map from here. Okay then, round 28. Here we go. Vent dive nades landing. Kenny pounces before the smoke blooms. Collins taken low. Emmy sits in the smoke. What's he going to do? Is he still going to commit on his own? Needs a flashbang to go. He's just waiting for this to fade, and this is an incredibly awkward interaction. Oh my lord, Emmy. Are you dancing with the devil?
Oh, I didn't even consider the player up top. Just didn't know where to look. Yeah, needed a flash maybe as it dissipated. I don't know. He just got stuck. Maybe he was meant to go down the vent and got lost. They do, as a unit, look very lost. Going to need these players to pop off. And yes, left low. KalubeR trying to fight it. He eats the nade, and it's the finish from the rifle of MBK, in fact. Agi onto Collins, and this has just fallen apart for Partizan. It really, really has. ROGA going to drop, and they need an absolute miracle to take this to overtime.
Not even a bomb plant. That would have made this buy a heck of a lot easier on the eyes. Falcons have 3 AKs. That's enough of a indication of quite how dominant this has been lately. Galil's across the board for this terrorist side. It's not an insurmountable, you know, route back to get this to overtime, but given what we've seen in the last few rounds, nothing's been working. Getting no space for free. NBK, after having a really bad HET side, it's been brilliant on the CT side. Kenny's looked good as well. Masuta has ramp on lockdown. Where's the gap? Fast crossing secret. Is Collins taking space? Duplicate's on the lurk. He's on towards ramp. No players touched as of yet. And I guess this is the best start to a round for a while. At least they got some space.
I don't think I've ever seen 5 Galils before. I'm sure I would remember it. The Galils will make this a round to be remembered. We'll see MBK spamming away. Oh, jump spot. 2 on the bomb, by the way. That's pretty massive, actually. So they're going to get the rotations pretty quickly on their way. MBK.
Yeah, they can't.
Ooh, a great
Falcons can't rotate right now. Well, they can now. That's a massive kill. Oh, NBK's out for blood. Christ. Kingmaker himself, living up to his name. He wants Falcons in Pro League.
Yes, he does. He will go down eventually. Masuta as well, also falling. Bomb flank coming in. Oh, and KalubeR with the off angle there, able to find Kenny S. 2 or 3 shots in the head to take him down. KalubeR guessing the wrong side, but he continues to frag. He's not ready for the last player. Oh, is this the round to decide the game, or does it continue Emmy and Python to duke it out on this B bomb site? Hit available. Nade available. Planted for Emmy. He's just playing safe, isn't he? He knows that that's got to be a tap onto the bomb. I'm going to go and give it a bit of a look. Wins the fight out, and they stay alive. Unbelievable stuff from Partizan to bring it down to the full 30.
I can't believe they haven't won that, Falcons. MBK did everything. 3 kills. And we didn't quite see it how it transpired, but KalubeR must have got some good duels. They must not have been well grouped as they tried to start retaking that bomb site. That's a big chance Falcons have just let slip through their fingers. That should have been GG. That should have been onto 3rd map. Lifeline handed over to Partizan, and I just got a feeling if they let this... Falcons let it slip to overtime, jeopardy goes through the roof. This is the best chance they're going to get. The buy isn't perfect. Nades aren't all there. Colossal round to come.
Oh, big nade. The difference, they're going for the A-burst once again. They found great success with this a few rounds ago. Python needs to go large, and he does. Oh, man, it's fallen apart. The return Molotov in from the CT side. It worked so well last time. It's going to be KalubeR against 4, and he's got to be annoyed, man. He had such a big round, and then simple call goes south fast. See whether he can do it again. This is all by himself straight into the crosshair of Kenny, though. Not going to happen. 16-14, a 3rd map required. What a slobber knocker this one has been. Absolutely mental stuff, but my goodness gracious, are we here for it?
Yeah, that was a real slow burner, wasn't it? I mean, let's not lie. That first half was boring. It was so slow. Teams were just winning the eco rounds. We're getting no kills. We're just going through the motions of the gun rounds. The end of that game was bonkers. Oh, my Lord. Wow.